Early in the game, it seemed like you were really trying to establish the ground game. It seemed like it worked, as early on there was a lot of good offensive zone possession. What did that lead to in your eyes?
I thought it was a great start. I thought we started the game the right way, trying to play north-south, trying to play straight ahead, trying to put pucks behind them. And, when you play that way against a team like that wants to try to play on top of you, you can take them out of the game they want to play. Then we got into penalty trouble, and I think the momentum changed. But I thought in the third period we did a better job getting back to playing straight ahead.
Penalty kill looked like it was really good with the pressure. Did you like what you saw there?
Yeah, they had a couple of looks. I mean, they've got some good players and they're going to make plays. But I thought overall the Killers did a pretty good job. They were blocking shots. They were applying appropriate pressure when the opportunity presented itself. And I think that's when we're at our best.
You mentioned the third period. Just what was the key to closing this one out, you think?
I just think it's when you play an East-West game against a team like that, it just gives them just one more opportunity to pressure a play or pressure a puck, and you're one bobble away from giving them the opportunity to create offense off of it. And I thought we did a better job at taking what the game gives us, and if the plays weren't there, we were willing to make space plays or we were willing to punt and hunt. And I just think that's a part of the modern NHL. And when earlier in the game, I thought, as I said, I thought the first 10 or 12 minutes we had a great start. We were playing that game. We got away from it a little bit in the second period, but I thought we grabbed a hold of ourselves in the third for the most part. We were playing back to a north-south game.
You spoke a couple days ago about 2 seasons, playing the first dozen games or so, and then you'd gotten away from that. Do you feel like in these last 2 games you've gotten kind of back to, closer to where you want to be?
Yeah, I think we're playing with more structure. I think we're playing with better intentions. We've got numbers back, and I think that's the game that's going to give us the best chance to win. And so, I think certainly the conversations that we've had with the team have been that way. And when we play, I think a simplified version of ourselves. I think that's when our team's at its best. And so the last handful, I think we've certainly, I think, at least got the identity of the group in the right spot, and so tonight we got a great performance out of Shesty. Obviously, it's tough when you take that many penalties against a team like this. I think that certainly didn't help tonight, but obviously Shesty made some huge saves for us.
You also get the goal at the end of the second from Artemi and the goal to start the third that's set up by Artemi. Just talk about those 2 plays and the impact on the game.
Well, that's what he's capable of. He has game-breaking ability, and he doesn't need a lot of opportunities when he gets them. For the most part, he can convert, and the plays that he makes on those 2 plays were terrific. The face-off play, it is what it is, but it was a great play all around. Artemi finishes on that one, and then Troche's goal, he makes a terrific play off the rush. Just his ability to just delay and create time and space, grabs the blue line, and and that's where he trusts his instincts, but I think that's the type of player that he is he has the ability to change outcomes with those types of plays.
Is that goal like one of your face-off plays, like a set play off of that face-off?
That one was, yeah.
Everybody talks about the Thanksgiving benchmark. Just what's your assessment through the first 25 games of the season?
Yeah, I'm not sure I buy into, that. I've had experiences where it's been just the opposite, where teams have been out of the playoffs and ended up winning championships. So the reality is we got to keep trying to get better. And I think as far as my assessment overall with our group, I think we've played a lot of really good hockey, and then we've had moments where we've gotten away from it. And I think that's the journey that we're on, and we'll continue to do that. We're just going to try to move the needle every day. We're going to try to just get incrementally better with each game and see where that takes us. But when you look at the first 25 games or so, I feel like the effort and the intentions that have been put on the ice have been pretty strong for the most part, and we got to continue to do that.
What did you think of JT in his first game back after a couple games out?
Well, you can see the influence he has on the group. He's just strong on pucks. He has a poise to how he plays the game, his confidence, and I think when he's in our lineup, we're certainly a much better team, and I think that influence was on display today.